Good evening, everyone. Mrs. Holly has invited me to be part of the bedtime story, and today I would like to share with you my favorite book when I was a little kid, and the first books that read when I was in grade school. Clifford was always my favorite. I used to have a whole collection of them, and the book that I'm going to read to you tonight for your bedtime story is Clifford's First Autumn, which is another word for the fall, since we're entering into that season. And the author of the book is Norman Bridwell. So let's begin here with the book. Hi, I'm Emily Elizabeth, and I have a dog named Clifford. When Clifford was a tiny puppy, he loved the summertime. He went to play in the park every single day. And this is Emily Elizabeth and Clifford when he was a puppy. As those of you that are fans of Clifford, you'll know that he's going to be a very big dog. So right now he's a puppy. This is his first autumn. Clifford chased the birds, but never caught one. You can see him playing around, chasing the birds over here. On the way home, we always stopped to smell the flowers. And you can see him and Emily, they're stopping to smell the flowers at the fruit stand. Then summer ended. One morning, Clifford woke up to hear the radiator hissing. And you can see Clifford here in his little bed and Emily in her bed and the radiator there hissing. And for those that don't know about radiators, radiators are what heats up houses in certain parts of the country or in other countries. It's hot steam that goes through them and it warms the room. I picked him up so he could see out the window. And here is Emily picking Clifford, looking out the window. He was surprised to see smoke coming out of his nose. It was just his breath and the frosty morning air. Fall had come. You can see Clifford there, right out the window. I put on a warm coat and took Clifford out. You can see Emily and Clifford in the little stroller. They're walking on the sidewalk. The park looked different. There were leaves all over the ground. So here is Clifford, a little confused about the leaves on the ground. Clifford couldn't chase the birds. They were all flying south. See Clifford looking at the birds from a distance. The flowers were gone, and there were pumpkins in their place. Clifford had never seen pumpkins before. Here's Clifford overwhelmed with the pumpkins. What are those? Oh, he jumped up and crash. Pumpkins rolled over the street. Here's Clifford curiously jumping over the pumpkins. Now, where did Clifford go? Emily is looking for Clifford over here on this side of the book. Sometimes Clifford was a naughty puppy. Emily found Clifford up on next to the apples. We said goodbye to the store owner and went into the park. A gust of wind blew more leaves off the trees. At first, Clifford was frightened. Then he started to chase the leaves. It was fun. Here's Clifford once again running around chasing leaves. We saw a big pile of fallen leaves. Clifford plunged in. Who doesn't like plunging into a big pile of leaves? I think we've all done that. That was even more fun. Here's Clifford jumping out of the leaf pile. Then a strange object bounced right in front of Clifford. Here he is, wondering what that is. There was a long string on it. Clifford took hold of the string. Here he is. And he ran. Here he is, running with that strange object. Suddenly, a boy grabbed the object. Here he is, Clifford at the other end. I guess he didn't see Clifford. Here's the boy running with the object, and Clifford is right behind. A lot of kids came running after the boy. One girl shouted, "Hey, there's a puppy on the football." You can see over here, they're running, and here's the little girl pointing out that Clifford is right behind that ball. Then the boy dropped the ball. Over here, you can see that. So Clifford took it and ran, and here he is doing the same thing, running. He certainly likes to run like all puppies. He crossed the white line, and all the kids cheered. Clifford had scored a touchdown, and here he is. The kids told Clifford was a very special dog. Here he is with the kids, congratulating him. Then we reach the end. They should see him now. Of course, here is Clifford, where Emily's telling that story when he was a puppy, and now how big he is. Well, that is the end of Clifford's First Autumn, which is a wonderful book. And he has a large collection of books. It was my favorite when I was growing up. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a very good night, and you guys are able to rest and then come back to Mass. Thank you for joining Bedtime Story.